I wanted to just do a brief education session on some of the advanced strategies for health that I've been learning about and applying with many of my clients, and we're seeing tremendous results. And I want people to be aware, because most people are not being made aware, that these strategies exist. I have identified, when I work with individuals, some of the clients who work with me with more intensive health engagement, we get a lot of data. We look at hormones, nutrients, inflammation, we look at metabolic markers, we get a complete picture of the current health. And then we identify where are the blind spots, what are the pieces of information they need. And we will always identify, virtually always will identify nutrient issues. So this is very important to understand. Most individuals have one or more nutrient deficiencies, and that has been borne out in the testing that I do. Now, ultimately, everybody needs to individualize their health plan. They need to individualize their diet because we have different biochemical makeups. We have a lot of things in common, meaning 99.7% of our genetics are identical, but the 0.3% differential is an enormous differential. And that informs what is our best diet, what are our physical capabilities, what are our future health risks, how much sleep we need, our emotional responses, and how we best manage those. There's a lot of great information in that 0.3%. And when you begin to understand your personal biochemical blueprint for life, which is rooted in your genetic ancestry, you can then begin to create strategies that honor that design and unlock your health potential. So nutrients it's a big issue, and I'm not here to propose one specific diet for everyone. There's a lot of different types of diets that work depending on your metabolic blueprint. And I also write about the foundational principles of eating in my book, Authentic Health, and on my blogs, and also in my YouTube videos. So you can find what I would teach you about nutrition as for general principles. But I do want to share with you that virtually everybody I've tested does have an insufficient omega-3 fatty acid status. Their omega-3 levels as a percent of the cell membrane, of the fats that are in the cell membrane, because fats are an important part of your cell membrane, are deficient, including very healthy eaters, people who are eating wild-caught fish or other omega-3 rich foods. And there's a reason for this, and it has to do with the balance of overall fatty acids in our diet. And some people are eating too much saturated fat. Many people are eating way too much omega-6 in the form of unhealthy seed oils like corn oil, canola oil, vegetable oil. And then the food itself has changed. It's just not as rich in key nutrients as it used to be, such as omega-3 fatty acids. And even my own children, were omega-3 deficient, and DHA, which is an omega-3 fatty acid, is incredibly important for brain health and brain development. So I can say with good confidence that virtually everyone should consider omega-3 supplementation with a high quality fish oil, krill oil, or algae oil if you're a plant-based individual. You can also eat more omega-3s, but I have found that almost everybody needs supplementation. And for those who are vegan, algae oils are a plant-based source of EPA and DHA. But the quality really matters, so you need to work with someone who understands supplements and manufacturers so that you can pick a brand that's giving you what you want and none of what you don't want. I typically will identify other nutrient deficiencies, but it varies from individual to individual. I'll see a lot of micronutrient deficiencies like molybdenum and chromium, but I also commonly will see borderline B12 deficiencies and B6 deficiencies, riboflavin deficiencies, and so as a general rule, I have begun to recommend a basic high-quality multivitamin. There are many good companies that make these. I don't have any deals with any companies. I commonly recommend the brand Thorne, Thorne, their basic multivitamin. I trust what they produce, and they use bioavailable nutrients. Pure is another good brand, and there are many others. But a basic multivitamin that contains the micronutrients and the different vitamins that your body needs at a bare minimum. Now, I don't think people have to take that every day. Usually if they're a healthy eater, they probably could take that every other day, because our bodies don't need every nutrient every day. Essentially, we rotate through different nutrients just based on seasonal availability. But I do recommend people to take a high-quality basic multivitamin. And then I will typically see vitamin D deficiency. Most people's vitamin D status is suboptimal. So normal vitamin D is listed as greater than 30. That is not the right way to look at vitamin D. See, vitamin D is more than just a vitamin. It's an actual pro-hormone. So vitamins serve as catalyzing agents for chemical reactions in our body. Hormones change and modulate our physiology. They're very powerful. So a vitamin that's actually a pro-hormone has powerful modulating activity in the human body. And in fact, vitamin D works on a significant number of human genes to change genetic expression. It is involved in energy production, it is an antioxidant, it is anti-inflammatory, it is involved in the bone mineralization and absorption of minerals, it is involved in immune system modulation. You get the idea. It's really important, and we used to get it from the sun. So people will say, well, can't I just get a little bit of sunlight? No. I've seen people try it. It has not made the difference. I think, and I say this kind of jokingly, perhaps if you want to put on a loincloth and go forage for food every single day and be outside all day without sunscreen, then perhaps you'll normalize your vitamin D. But otherwise, you probably need vitamin D supplementation. But here's the issue with vitamin D. It's a fat-soluble nutrient, and some individuals do in fact store it very effectively, and they can end up over supplementing. You actually could become vitamin D toxic. I've never seen it, but it is possible. And so testing your vitamin D status and making sure you optimize and understanding how much you need is actually quite important. Insurance companies often won't cover that unless you have a diagnosis of osteoporosis. Wait till you have the disease to cover the risk factor for the disease. That's how insurance works. You don't wait till you have the disease. Go ahead, cash pays rate, you can find a reasonable rate for a vitamin D test. I would recommend people find out their vitamin D status and then target at a minimum a level over 50 and even preferably 70 to 90. I've had a lot of patients deal with fatigue and muscle pain and weakness and brain fog who the only thing we corrected was a vitamin D status from, say, a 20 to a 70, who felt dramatically better when they did that. It is a vitally important nutrient/hormone, so don't be deficient in it. So you get the idea. Nutrients are really important. They basically are what we make our energy out of, and they're what catalyze all these chemical reactions that keep us alive. And our food supply no longer contains the level of nutrients it used to, and we're not eating the variety of foods we used to, and therefore we're becoming nutrient deficient. And especially our children who are growing and developing and who need all these nutrients to develop an optimized state of health, the best possible brain, the musculoskeletal system, to recognize their potential. They need this. So it's very important that we pay close attention to the nutrient value of our food. But I also recommend virtually everyone to be taking omega-3 supplements, to take a high-quality basic multivitamin. Very important that you research it and get high-quality bioavailable, and to consider taking vitamin D and checking your vitamin D status. Now, there are many other nutrient deficiencies that I'll identify. They are addressed through different pathways, and there are many genetic variants that influence biochemical processes, such as production of glutathione, or something called methylation, or acetylation, or your body's ability to detoxify. And depending on if an individual has those issues, I will actually use targeted supplementation so we know we're optimizing those processes. But that involves more extensive testing and really understanding your own body. I would encourage people to seek that information, seek genetic information about your basic biochemical blueprint, seek blood testing and other types of testing that can tell you more about your current status so that you can identify your blind spots and have your best chance at your best health. So thank you. I hope this is helpful. Share it with others. If you are someone who's looking for more information about your health and you're looking for the opportunity to work with a clinician who can spend more time with you outlining a plan, then contact us. Our team, we have a personalized health program that we offer on top of all of our traditional family medicine services, and that allows people to make an additional investment in getting the information they need so they can have a proactive health plan. Have a healthy and great day.